Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journal channel. Today I'm doing a flip through of my large Dina Wakley Dylusions journal. I thought I'd done the first half of this journal, but I can't find it anywhere, so I've filmed it again just in case. I've covered my journal with printables from Little Raven ink, so the link to that will be in the description box below. It's a subscription, and every month she has these amazing printables, and I just love covering my books with them because they're so bright and happy and cheerful, and they just want me to dive into my journals. So yeah, that's where all these artwork comes from. So I started this journal in June last year. I finished it in August this year, so it's taken me about a year to do. This is the very first page I did. This is actually the very first page I did, which is quite unusual for my journals. Usually I dip in somewhere else and come back and do it, but I'd got some new stencils and some new neon paint, so I was just playing around with them. A bit of texture paste here. This page was inspired by Inky Quill Adele Toomey, and it was a scrapbooking video using up all her thickers, and I really liked it, so I decided to do it in my art journal. I used some wax over the top of them, which has transferred a little bit. This is a picture from a MAC makeup thing, but I just liked how it came up, and again it's something you can transfer to lots of different things. These were me playing around. These are Little Raven ink prints again. I just love this page. This one I was playing around with just doodling with the stamped images in the background, which I really liked as well. This image is from a Flow magazine, and very unusual for me, but I've actually got this image floating in midair, but because it's a transcendental elephant doing meditation, it kind of works. This is to celebrate the end of my 100-day project last year, so I like to do a sort of celebration-y type page. This is using my favourite colours, doing a bit of bling because you can. This is playing around with magazine collage and my neons, which I've been loving, just having lots of fun. I forgot to say, most of these have been videoed, so I know that one, these ones, that one, these two have been videoed, so you will find them all in my channel at some stage. This was just playing around with the Dina Wakley stencil, one of my favourites. You see me use it all the time. I think this is actually the first time I used it. It was me falling in love with it, and I just continued to use it. This page, I really like the background. This is actually doing a gel print using the Jane Davenport Velvet Pastels, which I don't use very often, I have to say, but that's what these little marks are in the background. And it was using a Jane Davenport stencil, and I don't know if it's anyone else, but I really struggle with this stencil because the eyes don't seem right to me. I can never get them to work properly, and then I was overworking those and I didn't get my hairline right because it should be up long, so she's got that quote because she looks a little like me in real life. These two are just, again, I got some new foam stamps, so I was playing around with them, and I really like the tonal colours in the background. These are printables from, she did go under So Crazy, I think her name's Pamela, I cannot remember the name of her thing, but I know she sells on Etsy and she does the most beautiful whimsical type faces. The next few pages, I joined in September last year a challenge to do gel printing every day for a month, because while I like gel printing, I don't use it very often and I don't use it for finished artwork, so that was my challenge. So this is a page with the gel print in the background, using printables from Mischief Circus, which have got some fantastic images, and my new Woody pencils, which I loved. This was, I think the challenge was to do a mask, which obviously I did, and the gel print in the background. Again, you can sort of see the gel prints in the background. This is where I discovered gel printing with metallic paints is amazing and just gives a beautiful sheen to everything. This page I did inspired by Tamara Laporte from Willowing. She did this sort of whimsical creature, and it was all about writing stuff in the hair, but I actually stenciled using the darkroom doors, Wellness, I think, Stencil and Creativity stencil onto deli paper, and then use that to create my hair. Again, it's my favourite colour combo of that sort of turquoisey blue and red, and I just love this page, and there is a video on that one too. This page was me, being me, throwing everything in the kitchen sink. I was really struggling to create, and this video I think is called My Rules of Art Journaling, because basically I teach a class where I go through my rules of art journaling, and it's just an easy way for me to art journal with steps without having to think about it, to come up with an end process. So that's why it looks very layered and detailed, because I just kept going because I was just following the rules and not actually thinking. This is one of the pages I did for a class with Tracy Scott last year, when we were actually able to have classes in person. She has done this class online. I will try and find the link to you and put it in the description box below, because if you want to learn how to draw faces, whimsical type faces, not, well, they are sort of realistic, but and hair, I'm so much more confident with drawing faces because I did this class. So you'll see a few more examples of it later on, but highly recommend this class. If you get an opportunity to do it in person, that's fabulous, but she does have the online version as well. This is a page done for a YouTube hop last year for Halloween, using some printables, using this great trick-or-treat thing from Kinder Creations. I don't usually do Halloween, but I quite liked how that came together. This page is up on my art journal for December 31st last year. I did it for my New Year's page, because this is kind of a celebration of all the techniques that I loved to do last year. Using metallics, doing these whimsical creatures, using my neons, doing the collage papers underneath. So I really love this page, and one of the things I really love about this is I didn't do anything over in this page. I was actually restrained and left this area because I love how grungy it is and how it sort of goes across the page. This is a page I did after I'd done the Tracy Scott class, playing with some different colour combos and using a whole heap of stencils and stamps I bought in class, because, you know, when you're in class you buy stuff. This is a page I did for the Scrap FX design team. This is one of their rice paper images that they sell. This is inspired by Tamara Laporte Willowing. She's got a lesson on how to do the birds, and you can see after I've done that Tracy Scott class how my eyes have improved. Well, I think they've improved. They're certainly different from how they were before. So yeah. You'll find in this using a lot more colour pencil, because again in Tracy's class I learnt how to use colour pencils and to shade with them, which I hadn't really learnt all through primary school, so that was fun. This is again using all Tracy's stuff in the background, different colourway for me, and using the Dina Wakley collage papers. This image intrigues me because it's one image. I've just cut it in half, and this side seems very feminine to me, this side seems very masculine to me. And when you separate it out in particular, it does. Yeah, it's just, does anyone else, if they've got this one, do they feel the same way about it? These pages were done in preparation for some class I did. I did a Dina Wakley inspired class, and we played around with some different colour combinations and this stamp, which I love. This was playing with some new products that I got. I think there's some glitter paste in the background by the look of it, some waxes and some of my woody pencils. This is sort of just try it on the page, see how it works, and then stick something over the top of it page. This is another page I did for my preparation for my Dina Wakley class. Another magazine collage, because I've been on a bit of a magazine collage kick. This is one of the pages we did for our Dina Wakley class as well. So lots and lots of writing. This page was me playing around with trying to be a bit looser with my backgrounds, using a different colour combo for me. I use blues a lot, but actually throwing the yellow, the orange as well. And I found this beautiful image in National Geographic, and it just sort of flowed together, and I love the quote. This page was done for a December YouTube hop, which was inspired by obviously the lyrics of We Three Kings. I had to think about that for a minute. So this is my representation of the Three Kings with a very sort of grungy looking background, a bit of masking up here, and having the stars around. I really love this, and again, this you could reduce that down to put onto a Christmas card, which I think would look quite funky. I like doing Christmas stuff not using traditional Christmas colours, she says, with this one. I was having so much fun doing the background for this. I did another background like this, and this one I completely masked it off and used these two masks from Scrap FX to have that sort of galaxy exploding out of them. On this page, this actually tells you a lot about, this is how I was feeling at the end of last year, not knowing what 2020 was going to throw at us. But yeah, just the last few months of December just flew, and it was like, what the hell is going on? How's it going so fast? Why are we here? So she sort of was channeling how I was feeling at the time. This is a sample piece, or the actual piece I did in class. So it was done in watercolour paper, and I just stuck it into my book because I liked it and I wanted to have a record of it. This is the other class piece I did for Tracy Scott. So learning how to do the faces, learning how to do the hairstyles, because I really struggle with hair. So it was really valuable learning about lots of different hairstyles. So Tracy came for 3 days and did 3 different classes. So one of the classes was the Fantastic Faces, I think it's called. The next class was her lace cut pages, which are these fabulous pages. So this is all hand cut. So you learn how to do the backgrounds, you learn how to do this beautiful intricate lace cut, you learn how to do this one using stencils, which I thought was really clever. So for those of you who sort of struggle to think about how to cut out the design, use the stencil to help you out, to help you cut out the design. And then sort of you see it all overlaying and then doing your third page. So you've got this sort of interactive thing happening across your pages, which is really cool. And that's the halfway mark. So I will link the next half in the description box below. I will leave the links to Tracy's classes below, so you can go and check those out, because as I said, they're highly worth it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.